Welcome back to We Care a Lot. I'm half the podcast, Sam, and as you can see, my other half is not here today. I am filming a solo episode today. Also, if you can tell by the title, I am flying solo today, and I will take all the blame for that, which we will get into. I also want to mention that Mel will be having a solo episode on Friday. We've been put in a predicament, and it was like no one's fault, but I will take the blame. So here we are. I am all alone in my room, and I've never filmed here. We've never filmed here. I'm actually staring at the blue couch that we filmed our first episode on. But yeah, I just decided to film in here because why not? Be cozy, do something different, give you guys a change of scenery. We thought these episodes could be nice so you could see just a little bit of us as individuals. And yeah, today's honestly just gonna be a rant. I hope you're ready. But yeah, it's a little weird just talking to the camera, just talking to you guys. It's been a while since we've done that. I think the last and only other one we've done is the We're Not Really Strangers Healing Edition, something like that. That was really fun, but with no prompts and no questions to guide me. We will see what comes out of this episode. But yeah, drinking my coffee. Oh, also mentioning, we will not have a drink this week just because we're separate, and I don't know, we're kind of shifting gears potentially. Maybe no drinks anymore. Doesn't really seem like it's the highlight of everyone's content. But yeah, I don't know. We'll just see. We'll see where it goes. But we're excited to start filming the Valentine's Day content. That's what we have planned next. And yeah. So anyways, why we're here. So basically I was stranded in Oregon. If you follow me on Instagram, then you definitely saw my, I don't know why I want to say trilogy, but whatever. You saw it unfold, me getting stuck. So I originally went down to visit my cousin, Danny. It was her birthday. I surprised her. It was great. And we were like, oh, the weather's not good this weekend. That sucks. Like, we'll just stay in. It'll be like the old days when we were freaking 10 years old or whatever. So then Monday comes, and that's my flight. And the roads are so icy. Like, okay, I didn't know this, but it does not normally snow in Oregon. And they just have no preparation in place, no plans for helping the communities figure out ice and snow. So I would don't get me wrong, like, I get it, saving money, because whatever, you don't want to spend money on something that happens maybe once a year. But it was pretty shitty to be there the one time a year that it happened. So we literally couldn't leave her neighborhood. She had snow inches high, whatever. We made it to Target on Saturday, which was the day that it snowed. And it was also like more like ice. It like rained ice, if you know what I mean. But we went to Target that day. Very dangerous, a little bit scary, but we did it. And we needed a controller for our Switch, and we needed dinner. So off we went. That was the only thing we did, only place we went. And Monday, when my flight was happening, I think it was Monday morning. So we were like, oh, great. So we get up, weather the storm. We're literally driving 25 miles an hour in some places, and in some places like 10 miles per hour. So, and seeing cars like flipped on the road. We're just like, okay, we're going to keep going. We're going to try and make this flight. And then we check, I get a notification, and we're like 30 minutes away from the airport, and it's like, flight canceled. And I was like, fuck. So we turn back around, and we're like, okay, we have another day. Like, that's fun. Start figuring out the next flight. I book one for Tuesday, the next day, morning, afternoon, something like that. And then within an hour, that got canceled. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'm not leaving Tuesday either. So I keep looking. Okay, I'll book a Wednesday. Book a Wednesday flight. And I think that one got canceled. Like, on Tuesday night. Yes. And then that flight got canceled on Tuesday night. So then I call my mom because she has points through Alaska / Delta or whatever. And there was a Delta flight leaving on Wednesday night because all the other flights were canceled until Saturday. So the Wednesday flight that got canceled, I rebooked for Saturday. Madness. And that was at 6 a.m. So I was like, oh my God. So Tuesday night, I book through Delta a flight on Wednesday night. And I'm like, I don't know about this. Like, and to make matters worse, Oregon does not really have direct flights to LA, Long Beach, Santa Ana, none of those. The one I flew in on was a direct flight, and the one I was supposed to leave on was supposed to be direct, but they literally only fly, I think, on like Fridays and Mondays. So I was gonna rebook for a Friday flight. Whatever. I don't know if you guys care about the actual logistics of all this, but I book a Wednesday flight and a Saturday flight. Those are the 2 flights I have, and I'm like, one of them's gonna work. It's fine. So then Wednesday at like 2 o'clock, I'm still checking to see if my like 5 p.m. flight is still going to happen. And all of a sudden it's delayed. The first flight, the one that's out of Eugene, which I was like, okay, well, I'm going to miss my layover. Like, and also the layover was in Seattle, which had worse weather. So I'm like, why wouldn't you guys cancel this flight? Like, why'd you let me book it? But anyways, so essentially they delayed that, and then I was like, all right, I'm canceling my Wednesday flight. So then I went back to my Saturday flight, and I was like, let me rebook it for Friday, because now there's Friday flights available. And so I did, and then my ass was out of there on Friday, which was great. But also love my cousin, love her husband. It was a great time. I was just falling super far behind on work, not having my computer for a whole week. And I literally had just onboarded a brand new client, and I was like, yeah, I can start like that week. And of course I didn't have my computer, so that was a little bit stressful. But today's Tuesday. I've been home since Friday night. I'm feeling a little more put together, pulled together, have myself a little more organized. But I'm very blessed that my clients were super sweet about everything, very much just like worried about my safety, which I'm like, not that my safety wasn't at risk, I guess, like if I had gone on a flight that shouldn't have gone out, but it was just funny because it's like, it literally was like going to Big Bear, but Big Bear that was not prepared for snow. So it wasn't like blizzarding or like scary outside. It was just the fact that no one was leaving and it was apocalyptic looking. It was just interesting. But also great news, my cousin is leaving that place. So whatever. Even though I do want to go back during the fall to see like the waterfalls and the pretty hikes, but that's, you know, it's for a different day. Anyways, that is basically the reason why we're here filming solo episodes. We were already behind on, you know, pre-recording, and it just made sense. And also, like, I don't know, maybe you guys want to see us spice things up a little. So here we are, spicing some things up a little. And I am also realizing, filming alone, I can't even stop to take a drink of my coffee, because there's just going to be a dead silence. So I'll just cut the silence out for you guys. Yeah. I don't think... Oh, here's my cat. Hi, Layla. Come here, mama. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see her. Yeah, you can. You can see her. She's sitting here. You always like to be part of the podcast, but usually you guys don't see her. So anyways, yeah, that's basically why we're filming alone. But the point of this episode was to kind of let you get to know us a little bit better and talk about ourselves. So I'm just going to get started on this rant of what my friends have to hear from me, and maybe they're tired of hearing it from me. But I feel like you guys know that I get into these like little bit obsessions and I won't shut up. Like, for example, Love Island, which is one thing I do want to talk about today. Why is the new Love Island not in the US? Like, how are you going to stream all the other seasons on Hulu or Peacock, and now you're taking it away from us? I don't understand. And I'm not going to get a VPN. Like, I'm patient. I can wait. And hopefully I don't see spoilers because I follow Maya Jama. But either way, I am annoyed. And if you're annoyed too, then let me know, because I don't understand why the fuck Love Island isn't available in the US. And I get it, it's because it's a UK, but isn't this one All Stars? I honestly have no idea, but isn't that shit available to everyone because they have all of the fucking countries in it? Maybe it's not. Maybe it's a UK just regular Love Island. I have no idea. But anyways, first rant. So moving into my other obsession, I just discovered Speedsters. Speedstorm. Sorry, I'm already fucking up the name. Disney Speedstorm on Switch, and that was due to my strandedness in Oregon. My cousin has a Switch, and she kind of like just got into it. You know, like you go in through those phases of like, I love my Switch, I play it every night or whatever, and then you don't play it for months. So anyways, she's on the grind of playing it, and especially because I'm there, we were playing it a lot. And long story short, we got obsessed with Disney Speedstorm, and it's kind of like Pokemon Unite, if you guys have ever played that. It's like the same concept in terms of like unlocking characters, leveling up, challenges, playing people across the world online, whatever. But it's really cute. I don't know, a lot of people on Reddit were hating, but it's not that serious. So, or at least it's not that serious to moi. But yeah, if you guys have a Switch, you should definitely play that. It's free to download, and you really only have to buy things if you like really want to upgrade your stuff, which like I don't. So yeah, highly recommend. Second thing I did while I was in Oregon was read. I only brought one book, and I was kind of annoyed because I was gonna bring this one. I'm also gonna read tomorrow. I thought it was tomorrow. Okay, my bad. Tomorrow. Yes, by Gabrielle Zevin. I've heard that it's really good, and also the cover is just everything. But anyways, I did not bring that to Oregon with me, but I brought It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover, because the whole world will not shut up about Colleen Hoover. And I read Verity, which I really liked that book. I'm more into like a thriller than like the schmut genre, but it had just enough smut to where I was like giggling and kicking my feet like, oh my gosh. So we live for that. But then I read It Ends With Us, and that one was like a little bit different. I think Goodreads has a very maybe like well-rounded opinion of the book. They talk a lot about like the triggering aspects of it, which like, I don't know, that's a tough one, but it was an intense book, and they're coming out with a movie, and Blake Lively is the main character, so I'm really excited for that. I'm glad I read it. It's coming out later this year. But smut has been like all of the fucking rage lately. All I see is like book talk, everyone, Colleen Hoover, she is the it girl. Me, I'm more into like true crime. What's the one I listened to the audiobook on Spotify, because you have like free listen hours or whatever. I think it's called The Only One Left by Riley Seeger. If you're looking for something thriller, but also has like, I wouldn't say like love storylines, because it doesn't really, it's just like a life, but it's thriller, crime, drama. It was good. And I think it's the Yellow Jackets girl that's the main character that's like audio booking it, whatever, being the voice. And it was really good. But anyways, so reading has been my latest obsession. Last year my goal was to read 12 books. I read 13. But this year, what did I do? I think I did 15 books is my goal to read. And yeah, I've already read 2. What was the first one I read this year? Oh, Verity? Yeah, Verity. And now It Ends With Us. And my third one is in the works. And yeah, I don't know. If you have any book recommendations, I'm all ears. Add me on Goodreads if you have one. I don't know. I love gamifying all of my hobbies and tasks, which leads me into Letterboxd. If you guys don't have freaking Letterboxd or don't know what that is, my friend Katie introduced me to it. It's basically a place where you track, this sounds kind of insane, but you track every movie you've ever seen, and you can log whether you liked it, whether you like whatever your rating is, 1 to 5 stars. Yeah, I don't know. I just love having an app where I'm like, this is every single movie I've ever seen in my whole life. Do you get me? Maybe that's just me, but I love that concept. And also, you can create a watch list, and that's my second favorite part, where you can, like, say you're bored on a Friday night and your friends are like, what should we do? What should we watch? Boom. I have a list of like 50 movies that we could watch that I want to watch. And obviously, sometimes the mood doesn't fit right. Like, I don't know. Sometimes you got a movie that just makes no sense to watch with other people or to watch alone. So I do really love that feature on that. But also, you can have your friends, and I love that feature because you can see what your friends are watching and what they rated the movie, whether they liked it or not. And yeah, that's another obsession of mine. And if you're not on Letterboxd, I don't know what you're doing. Or on Goodreads, honestly. If you read and watch movies, get on it. Like, if you have a Kindle, my mom probably doesn't have Goodreads and she has a Kindle, but whatever. But anyways, those are my obsessions lately. It's what I won't shut up about. And in our Valentine's Day, like, or I guess not Valentine's Day, but our like love month February episodes, we're going to talk about another book that I just finished reading and what I learned from it and what it has to do with love. And I'm really excited to talk about that one. Another update, 75 Hard. If you did not listen to, what episode was it? I don't know. A couple episodes ago, Mel and I decided to do 75 Hard, but like clothing edition. Wow, my outfits are boring. Snooze fest. Not interesting whatsoever. Also, I was stranded in Oregon for like 7 days, so that didn't really help the whole challenge. But yeah, I mean, moving along, I've forgotten to take some photos on some days because the photos are just like, or the outfits are just not giving, so why? And then I haven't bought anything. I bought socks, but like that doesn't really count. That's not like fashion. Yeah, not really major update on that front, but we're still doing it. We are still doing it. Also, lately, I've really been thinking about the fact that my niece and nephew are getting old. Like, how are they going to be 10? Well, Sienna is 10. Wyatt is going to be 10 in a year. But, like, that doesn't sit right with me. How are they 10? But also, if they're 10, I'm old. Like, they were born when I was a teenager. You're telling me I'm not a teenager anymore. So, that's unfortunate to think about, but it's like so exciting. I wonder if my aunts and uncles felt like this about me when I was growing up. Like, oh my gosh, she's about to like go through her teenage years. Like, she's becoming a real person. Like, I can't wait to see what she does in life. So much pressure. I would never tell that to them because I feel like so much pressure. And luckily, I was never told that. But I mean, I feel it. I'm like, I can't wait to see what you do with your life. Like, I'm so excited to see you grow up. But also, I'm like, what am I doing with my life? What am I going to do when I grow up? I don't know. Will I ever grow up? Who am I? I don't know. When Mel and I were talking about this, we're like, yeah, we can do an episode on like catching people up on who we are. And I'm like, who are we? Like, we're just, your 20s are literally figuring out who you are and then figuring it out again and again and again and again. And I mean, obviously, there's like good things to that and exciting parts to that. And there's also like the not fun parts where you feel lost, inadequate, straight up just dumb. And yeah, it's rough being in your 20s, but I don't know, seeing my kids, they're not my kids, but my niece and nephew growing up, it really reminds me that like I don't have to have it all figured out. And I'm also like being looked up to for whatever I do. So yeah, I don't know. It's nice to have that. And they're also not my kids, so they're not my responsibility. So that's also nice. So I love being an aunt. Being an aunt is honestly the best. But yeah, that's my little rant about kids. I just saw on Pinterest another like little, I don't know, infographic of someone talking about their cycle and how you're supposed to eat and drink and exercise. And I know we've talked about it on the podcast, like according to your, like living according to your cycle, which like I'm a fraud if I were to talk about it and say you should do it, because are we really doing that, you guys? I don't know a single person who lives according to their cycle. I don't. And if that community is existing out there, I'd like to know about them. Because like I see the content being made, but are you actually doing it? Right? Like, it's easy to throw together a video, but it's not easy to live your entire life that way. I don't know. It just doesn't sit right with me that every single week we have to do something different. I mean, I guess it's okay, but I don't know. Do you guys feel me? It just seems like a lot of fucking work. Okay, my last update is that my nails, this is my last update, that my nails, they were doing great. They were finally getting long, and then I fucking did laundry and I stubbed this nail over here. You probably can't see, but I stubbed this nail and broke it like far. So I'm fucking over it. I've been trying to grow my nails out for like 6 months, and for whatever reason it's just not working out right now, and that's fine. I mean, I do want to get back into pottery again, so I guess it's fine. But also, the short nails are back. That's the trend right now anyway, so whatever. But not to the freaking skin. Short nails, not to the skin, all right? I'm pretty sure y'all are meaning a little bit longer than that. But the real last update is that I will no longer be having red hair, which my hair isn't really that red right now anymore. It's a little grown out, but yeah, I think I'm just over the red. It's been like 2 years. I can't believe I've had red hair that long. Yeah, no, it's been like, oh my god, has it almost been 3? I don't know. Maybe 2. Maybe a solid 2 years. And yeah, just time to let it go. Go back to, well, not back, but a new version of my brown. And also the maintenance. Like, it'll be nice to not have to get my hair done every 2 to 3 months and just live my life. I'm excited for summer to just have like normal hair. It'll obviously still be a little bit color treated until it all grows back to my natural hair, but yeah, I'm excited, and I'm getting a haircut. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna come back fresh. The next episode with Mel and I will be a brand new person. Just kidding, I won't be brand new, but my hair will be. So yeah, that is it for this episode, and hopefully you enjoyed my little rant, my little story time about being stranded in Oregon. I tried to include interesting details. Oh, you know what? One thing I did forget. Why is it that every time I was at Eugene Airport, there was handsome young men? But yet, when I go to LAX, Long Beach, Santa Ana, it's families. It's just families out there. And I'm like, where are the handsome young men? I mean, literally, I didn't even tell you guys the most riveting part of my flight on the way to Oregon was this woman sat next to me and she was like, I'm sorry, I'm not a handsome young man. And I was like, oh, isn't that the dream? And then we talked the entire flight. So yeah, I don't know. I'm like, where's the handsome young man that's going to come sit next to me and talk to me the whole flight? Just not my luck. I'm not having it. But alas, that's it for real this time. But thank you guys for listening and being here, and hopefully you guys enjoy these solo episodes and look out for Mel's on Friday. But yeah, we will see you guys next week.